Okay, so I've hit 100 miles on the boosted board. These are my thoughts. My boosted board arrived a little over a month ago. The boosted board has been something that I've been wanting for a while, but it's been more of a want than a need. When I first opened the box and I saw that new shiny grip tape and those bright orange wheels, it was like Christmas all over again. It made me forget how much money I had just dropped. Now, I wasn't sure if I was gonna keep it or not because spending $1,500 on a skateboard, it's a little rough. And now, I don't come from like a skateboard background or anything like that. In reality, I've only ridden a penny board. So when I stepped foot on a boosted board, I really didn't know what to expect. Immediately, I was pleasantly surprised on how stable it was and how safe I felt with that grip tape and the flexibility of the board. Everything just felt great. My 12-year-old sister was with me when the board arrived, and she picked it up right away. It took me a little longer. But the next day, I had moved up from beginner mode to pro mode. I practiced all day inside my building's garage. The garage has 4 floors and it's built in a spiral. This proved to be the perfect training course as I was learning to turn, go downhill, uphill, and straightaways. After a few hours of doing this, I felt confident that I was ready to tackle the streets of downtown Los Angeles. I took my first ride out at night. Not advisable at all. There was a film shoot going on and there was like a row of parked vans and then they were like coned off, so it made like a little lane in between them. And since this was my first time going uphill, I felt like that was the safest spot. Like I was gonna go in between the cones and the vans going uphill, pretty safe. I was wrong. What happened was I hit the edge of one of the cones. As that happened, the van driver got a call to move the van, so like the board went underneath the van and then the van started going down and it hit my board. My heart stopped. I immediately pounded on the van. Stop, stop, stop. I went underneath to check the board. I like chipped it right there. The only other incident I've had was when I lost power going down one of the biggest hills around my place. I'd forgotten that if you have 100% battery going downhill, the battery will shut off due to the overcharge, since it's a regenerative motor system. I rode down freely for 2 blocks going full speed. Luckily traffic was light and lights were green. Somehow I kept my composure, doing my best to avoid potholes and rocks, and I survived. That brings me to my next point. Stay confident. Ride your board, don't let it ride you. If you always think you're gonna crash, you're gonna crash. But if you keep calm and ride it out, you'll be just fine. Since then, I've ridden all over downtown. Every time I leave my building though, I still get a little anxious. But once I'm on the board and I feel the wind in my face, all that anxiety is all gone and it's replaced with pure adrenaline and joy. I've had minor issues since then, like I've heard some clicking on my right wheel and it turned out to be a loose bearing. So whenever you hit like big bumps or something like that, your bearing might get a little loose. This turned out to be a positive as like I learned how to like take apart my skateboard, learn how like the motors work and the belts and things like that, because that's gonna come in handy once one of your belts break. And they will break, it's just a matter of time. Buy extra belts like now, like when you buy your board, and also buy a skate tool. You really never know when you're gonna need that, so carry it with you at all times whenever you ride. The boosted board is fun. It's actually really fun, but it's also practical. Living in downtown Los Angeles, it's become the only way I get around the city. You just have to ride responsibly. Wear a helmet. After all, you are on a piece of bamboo going 20+ miles an hour. Watch out for cars and always assume they don't see you. Right now, we're only limited to the 7-mile range battery with a 14-mile range battery coming this fall. Crossing my fingers, but that's enough. I've never ran out of battery around downtown, and if I see it get a little low, I just stop to get some coffee and plug it in for 30 minutes. Then I'm back on the road. If you're gonna ride at night, buy some reflective gear and lights for your board. I can't recommend that enough. I've already told you how fun and practical the boosted board is and things like that, but it's also gonna make you want to get out and explore places you've never been to before. People stop me all the time to ask about the board and how cool it is and they could ride it and things like that. So that's another added bonus. You get to meet new people. So essentially these are the questions I asked myself when I was trying to decide whether to keep it or not. Does this bring me joy? Yes. Does it make my life a little easier? Well, of course. And does it bring new experiences into my life? That's also a yes. And essentially, that's all I can ask for in a product. That might not be enough for you, but for me, it's been worth every penny. And I'm glad I got it. Those have been my thoughts on my first 100 miles on the boosted board. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And if you like more videos like this, let me know. I enjoyed making this. But till then, I'm gonna go ride again. I'll see you next time. Wait. I'm gonna need to put this on. Preach safetyness.